Yep, let me hold you guys there for a second while I do my thing and be all askewed, you feel me? So, hold on. Alrighty. What up, you guys? I'm back. I just wanted to set up the live again. Thank you guys again for being patient. I'm gonna pour myself a little one right here. Just a little sipper. Don't want to get too crazy tonight. I do got things to do for tomorrow. But yeah, so gonna go back out and do some stand-up comedy this weekend in Boise, Idaho. It's gonna always be fun, always gonna be a pleasure. Gonna probably try to hit up the Mad Sweet Brew Hall this weekend on a Saturday. Um, and talk about, I don't know. I mean, obviously, I don't feel like I could talk sports. I don't feel like there's a single athletic person in there. I was going to talk about basketball shorts. It's like, you know what, man? I love basketball shorts because you don't have to be athletic to wear basketball shorts. You can be a fat fuck, fat lazy fuck. You ain't never got to do a 3-point stance in your life. You ain't never got to lift weights. But we can all enjoy the sweet comforts of basketball shorts and look like we might be slightly athletic. Uh, Point at some fucking person like you. You look like all you do is lift pizza to your mouth. Or you look like you play video games. Look at your thumbs. They're all jacked. Not a not a single stretched ligament in that body, you know what I mean? But nah. I'm probably gonna talk about 50 Cent. You guys, 50 Cent has a new show if anyone doesn't know. Now fuck the comedy shit. We'll get to that later. But I mean I guess. But anyways though, 50 Cent does have a new show and it's called 50 Ways to Catch a Murderer. And I was flabbergasted when I heard this because I was like, oh my God, 50 Cent is gonna kill it. Is there nothing he can't do? He can go from, gang violence, black on black violence, murderous Twitter rants on X, formerly known as Twitter. It's like Prince. Um, to now killing it on a TV show about solving murders. And I thought he was gonna maybe solve his own murders, like the ones that he did, and be like, by God, man, yo, it was me the whole time. What the fuck? But nah, and again, 50 ways to catch a murderer. Now, again, that show was ass. I heard it. It was ass. I expected it to be 50 Cent going and being like, yo, man, so I pulled up to the precinct and I was like, we got to get to the bottom of this murder, I got to go through every nook and cranny of this investigation. Bring me your lieutenant, your chief of staff. I thought he was going to show up with a magnifying glass looking for clues and shit, putting ultraviolet lights on jizz stains. No, 50 didn't do none of that in his show. All 50 Cent does is be like, now, man, listen to this. A teacher was murdered by somebody, and that shit shook me to the core. And I was like, really, Fifth? That teacher getting murdered shook you to the core, huh? Oh, to the core. To the core, man. I had to call Tony Yayo and cry myself to sleep that night. But not so no, you think 50 Cent's gonna be doing this whole documentary, the investigation, talking to the lead crime scene witnesses, knocking on doors, really doing some first lead FBI detective shit? Nah. This fool just says the intro line. It's like he got up out of bed, put on a suit that was really tight on him. He looked like fat buff. He looked really puffy. The man looked mad puffy. But no diddy though. But he looked all puffed up like the Michelin tire man. And he's like, now when I heard this, I shed a tear that night. And then it goes into real investigators, real people investigating the crime scene. Let's say what's up to the live. Yo, 161 Lex AFA. I don't get that, but all right. Anyways, so you think 50's gonna explain everything, the ins and outs of this, details of this murder investigation? No, it goes to real regular people. And man, I'm so fucking pissed because you're watching the show, hanging out, waiting for Fifth to show up. You think 50 Cent's gonna pull up? Nope, doesn't at all. I go to another one, and it's another teacher getting murdered, and he does the same thing. Man, now after I heard about this murder, I really had to stop and think. I bet you his inner monologue is, come on, 50, think of something, 2 plus 2. Nah, that's too easy. That's 4. Come on. All right, 4 times 4. Nah, man, that's 16. God damn it. All right, I'm good. Anyways, back to the show. Then he takes it off and lets the FBI investigators do their thing. But suspiciously enough, it's so far from what I've seen from the episode, is teachers getting murdered. So it's like, damn, Fifth, I know you didn't do good in school, but do you take pleasure secretly in talking about teachers getting murdered and shit? And it's like, yo, man, I hate teachers. I'm going to dedicate a show specifically, man, to solving their murders, but not really. I'll let them do it, but I'll just think about it. Open and shut case, Fifth, you did it again. But I just think that shit's hilarious because, again, in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, dude. The imagination is way better than what you think it's ever going to be, dude. Because, again, I'm thinking, oh my God, 50 Cent is the lead detective. He's the PI or whatever, the personal investigator, whatever, the DI, I don't know. But he's Cash Patel on the case. All bug-eyed and shit. But you think fucking 50's going to be like, all right, you know what? This guy obviously did this in a good melody. He had a certain type of vibe. I'm gonna have to call Deputy Tony Yayo. Oh, Tony Yayo. He just comes in like, yo, Fifth, man. Honestly, fool, I think it was this fool that fucking done did it. This bitch ass motherfucker right here. He's my first prime suspect. Now, you know what, though? We're going to have to take this down to forensics investigation. That's where Lloyd Banks, you got Lloyd Banks. He's the forensic investigator. He's like, yeah, no, you see the way she held the knife, it was defense knife stabbings. She practically stabbed herself as she practically tripped on the knife. And I was like, what the fuck? And then you got not Lloyd Banks, you got Young Buck, the crybaby of them all. He's walking the beat. He's taking the beat. He's blowing the whistle at crosswalks and shit for losing his chain and crying like a bitch. No offense, but no offense. But oh my God, it was such a letdown, dude. I wanted the whole G Unit crew to show up and be like, God damn it, by God, G Unit, you solved the crime again. Thank God for you meddling black rappers. Thank God for you, 50 Cent, holding it down even after your Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Oh man, it ain't no thing. Case closed. Shit like that. I don't know, dude. Oh my God. I was so excited and nostalgic for this shit. But it was, again, a letdown. It was nowhere near Get Rich or Die Trying or Inferno. It was nothing like that. But damn, yo, a man could have dreamt, So I had to hit back because I watched it on YouTube like any broke motherfucker. I'm not going to wait up till 7 o'clock at night or wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning to watch Fox TV just for 50 Cent show. Shit, I ain't going to go on MSNBC or CNN. I ain't going to go on any of those. Unless it's on Cartoon Network or Adult Swim. That would have been great. All right, you might catch me on that back in the day. But shit, man. I was like, is it on Comedy Central? What is the YouTube podcast channels like? Subscribe to this, please. You got to let me know, Fifth. 50 solves it again, But let's check these real quick. These lives. All right, someone subscribed. Bedtime, buddy. No, still early for me. T-Gong82. Who's ready for Halloween? I'm looking forward to bobbing for apples with my butt cheeks. That's lame. But I mean, I'm glad that you are, though. You got to always be ready. You know what I mean? What if you had a clamped jaw, and you couldn't open your mouth, but at least you're like, fuck, thank God I got these sweet cheeks. I can grab these Halloween apples. But anyways, that was the live bullshit right there. Shout out. At least please like and subscribe, T-Gunk. But what was it with 50 Cent? Okay, so it's also called 50 Ways to Catch a Murderer. And now no one gives me a single way. There's no, all right, look, waiting 50 Cent's way to catch a murderer number 1. Get a big net. Get a big butterfly net, human-sized butterfly net. All right, there's one. All right, come on, 50, think of one. You get a box, tilt it, prop it up with the stick, and tie a string to the end of said stick. 50, goddamn it, you're gonna get so many murderers. All right, number 3, hit them with the car. Number 4, catch them by surprise and stab them because you scared them because while scaring you. Come on, Fifth. What's one? Come on. It's on the tip of your tongue. He bites his metal bullet that's still in his tongue. Oh, yeah, man. You could shoot the murderer 9 times. You know, no one gets up from 9 bullets unless you're me. You know, then he smiles and winks at the camera, shit like that. You know, I thought 50 Cent was going to be doing hella shit. Man, I ain't had a beef like this since I saw Ja Rule at the party, man. You know, shit like that. Man, what the fuck? You know, shit. You remember in that movie that I made called Get Rich or Die Trying when they get shot up in the booth? Well, that's the murder right here. And I'm going to show you 50's way to catch him, number 47, you know, the honey pot. I was like, God damn it. he did not teach me a single way to catch a murderer at all. You know, if Chris Hansen did his job, if Chris Hansen did the type of job that 50 Cent did on 50's show, no pedophiles would be caught. Everybody would be running rampant. You know, Jared would still be diddling sandwiches and kids. You know what I mean? Still putting the nasty Subway Chipotle fingers on that shit. No offense to Subway, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. But yeah, you know. So yeah, dude, just thinking of ways to catch a murderer, but being 50 Cent is hilarious to me. Did we go over number 17? Number 17. Man, take them out on a date. You know? Take them out on a date. And when they're about to have sex, freeze! Stop them. And say, you're under arrest for murder of a teacher. 5th grade. 1999. You know? What's another one? I don't know, dude. I just kept trying to think of ways, you know? All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to call him. I'm going to pretend to be a teacher. Hello? 50 Cent. Hello? I'm a teacher going out alone. That'll surely bring him out. So number 18. Pretend to be somebody else to set up a meeting point. Blah. I would just love it, dude. That would have been like a 10-minute show. Just boom, list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I would like to see 50 Cent just like, all right, come on, 50. Come on, 50. Jot it down. Just jot it on paper. Just opens the fucking journal. Oh, God damn it. That's not a good way. That's not a good way. Scratching it out. Scratching his idea. They're just hella balls of paper in a waste bin of him just trying to think of ideas how to catch a murderer. Oh, my God, dude. That shit had me dying. You know, giving the information or giving the good news and the bad news to the loved ones of said people. He'd be like, we didn't catch him. I'm sorry. I tried to use a balled up paper note to try to catch this murderer, but there's a reason I threw that idea in the waste bin, in the trash receptacle. God damn it, I messed up. Every time he's trying to set some serious quote up, he always goes, we'll be right back after these messages. He's like, God damn it, he's good. Oh, God, I'm gripped. Like good pussy, I'm gripped to this shit, God damn it. But nope, not at all. Oh, man, it was so sad. It was so sad. I was like, God damn it, Penny. Yeah, damn. I would like to think if I had a TV show, I would at least try more. I wouldn't wake up and get out of bed and jump in front of a green screen. No, this ain't a green screen, but cut to one of mine. Cut to an old episode number 47, episode 33, Illuminati. But yeah, I was like, fuck. I wish Shaq would have been there. Oh, so I caught the murderer. I way number 40 of Shaq's way to catch a murderer. I used Shaq Fu on him. I caught him at a payphone. Oh, I don't know why I turned him into Rick Ross. Oh, Ricky Rose. Yo, Ricky Rose, can you imagine if Rick Ross? Yo, I just used my, oh my God, why is my Shaq and Ricky Rose the same voice? Oh, I just used my handy dandy correctional officer skills. Oh, I caught him with some Malibu and Dice pineapples. I slipped that pill in his drink and you ain't even know it. That brought me back my $100 million Adidas sponsorship. Oh. But yeah, but oh my god, dude. That shit's good though. I was like, God damn it, 50, dude. Are you really gonna do this to me? But I was just having fun with that, you know. That being said though, other shit I've just been doing and thinking though I'm gonna talk about for the stage is how I turned my wife, how I turned my hoe into a housewife, how I turned my wife into a hoe. But nah, all the men in the warehouse, uh, doesn't matter who. Honestly, I just enjoy saying that all the African men are all dapping me up. Like, I like how you did that. I like how you turned your wife into a housewife. You know what I mean? And it just sounds funny that way. But all the men are saying that shit still. You know, it's like that's some real G shit. That's some real man shit. You know what I mean? Good, good. You know, and I was like, I know, right? Women need to be in the kitchen cooking, cleaning, and men need to be working. You know, and it sounds fucked up, but it is what it is, right? And obviously not to the fullest extent. It's just fun to fuck around, you know what I mean? But cause that's just hard having to deal with these fucking kids cooking, cleaning, suck some dick. You know what I mean? Goddamn, you know. But clean, goddamn, it's not the cooking and the cleaning, it's the kids and the sucking dick parts you might not like. But hey, deal with it. But but I just like that they say like I like how you did that. I like how you changed her into that. Like I'm some sort of housewife vampire, you know? Like I just fucking bit her pussy and then all of a sudden she's a housewife, you know what I mean? No, motherfuckers were poor. Or not poor, but been dealt a bad hand. So I had to do what I had to do. But that'd be cool to be the Nosferatu or the Dracula of housewives, you know what I mean? Greg, my wife, all she wants to do is work. She's having ideas. She's trying to speak for herself now all of a sudden. I need you to handle this. Don't worry. I shall bite her in the neck and she will cook you breakfast and suck your dick. I don't know why, but it sounded Eastern European or Russian until I somehow made him Saudi Arabian and shit, you know. And so with all, I mean, you know what? I need to shut the fuck up before I end up on a first class flight to Saudi Arabia. But what's up with Arabia, with the Saudi kings bringing everyone to Arabia? Because someone made a good point. It's not Saudi Arabia. It's just called Arabia. But the Saudi kings and the family are so dope. They said, you know what? Let's just name it. Let's start calling it Saudi Arabia because we all Saudis, you know, under the Saudis. And it's like, yo, man, that's fucking G as shit. It's like, that's like what, you know, I was hearing Shane Gillis, they were talking about some guy named Amerikia, Americani, or whatever the fuck. That's why it's called the Americas. And I was like, fuck, could that fool have been that fool back then? Was he our Saudi prince back then that it's called North and South America? Because this fool just fucking owned it all, you know what I mean? And I was like, damn, that's fucking gangster, dude. You know what I mean? Could you imagine Gregor Castan, you know? But no, that's just a state. Gregon American. I don't know, dude. That's fucking crazy as fuck. Because it's just insane to be like, yeah, nah, fuck this shit. Let's do a rebrand of this whole nation. We so rich, we can just rebrand. it will rebrand. First we called it Arabian, now we call it Saudi because we bought you punk bitches them Bugattis. I give all the comedians 7 Bugattis. I don't care. There's 500 comedians. You're giving each of them 7 Bugattis. I said I don't care. I'm going to touch you with my left hand. That is my shit hand. I swear to God. I swear to Allah. You know what I mean? They're just doing shit like that. But I thought that's just wild and balling. Like, damn, fool. So rich, you just, instead of making it Arabia, just put our last name in the front. Ah, there we go. Now that has a real ring to it, a real hakmelach. Don't you think a real fucking... Now the people on the live don't get that good drop right there. If you want to get the drop, you gotta watch the actual show on the fucking YouTube, the pre-recorded and not too heavily edited. Shout out to Joe Budden for that. We're on the pre-recorded and not too heavily. We're on the pre-recorded and heavily edited. I'm Joe Budden, you know. But shout out Joe Budden too. That fool's fat as fuck, but he still looks like he could throw hands. Shout out Joe Budden. Shout out Joe Budden. I'll take a sip to that. Mm. But yeah, man, shit. It's been cool. Apparently, well, all right, let's move on to sports now. I mean, shit. Joe Budden, goddamn it, Joe Budden. He is a spectacle, though. I will say that to watch. Um, my Oakland Raiders aren't doing too good. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say it. I'm a Raiders fan, so that does suck. You know what I mean? And it hurts. It hurts. It hurts being a Raiders fan because we in the '90s or the '80s we had our glory, but now, man, we just suck. And we were supposed to be hyped up. We were like, oh yeah, man, we got Geno Smith, we got rid of so and so, we got rid of doo doo doo. Who was our last quarterback? I forgot. We had Jimmy Garoppolo. Then we had Garner Minshew. Aiden O'Connell ain't panning out, but I give him some time. A lot of quarterbacks take their time. They need to progress, like the Sam Darnolds and the Geno Smiths. But we got Geno Smith maybe a year out. But you know what? Let's hope he slangs it and slang gangs it. But let's hope our Freddy Krueger, our fucking Frankenstein running back, now that he's walking like Frankenstein or Michael Myers, he's gonna be doing some shit. But Geno Smith for right now, man. Throw trash at his ass. It just sucks. But other teams are doing amazing. And you know what? It sucks because sometimes I catch myself rooting for some of the AFC West fuckers like the Broncos. Fuck the Chargers, though. I don't give a fuck. Fuck the Chargers. I got a lot of best friends from childhood to adulthood that are Broncos fans, Well, right now, what comes to my mind is well, I got one who I would still consider a best friend now. He's from the 209. He's one of the best. He's in my circle as an adult. My boy Nick. He's a Chargers fan. I fuck with him, but that ain't enough. That ain't enough to be like, yo, nah, fuck the Chargers. I'm sorry, I don't like the Chargers. I like the Broncos more because of Shannon Sharp. I was a tight end. I like Shannon Sharp. I like tight ends. I like great tight ends. And Shannon Sharp before all these passing motherfuckers and the Dallas Clarks and the fucking whoever's after. There's Shannon Sharp. But as a kid, I didn't care as much to hate. I didn't hate, but like I don't know. Oh, what the fuck happened right there? There's a fucking flash change. Anyways, though. But I have my boy Jose and my boy Mikey. Them fools, my fucking two fucking best friends that I got from childhood to now. They're Broncos fans, so they soften up the Broncos for me a bit. And man, though, don't get me wrong. When the Raiders play, dude, I want them to kick the shit out the Broncos so I can hit them up and talk mad shit. Yeah, bitch ass motherfucker. Fuck your team. Fuck the Broncos. I hope we hurt the shit out of Bo Nix. I'm the only fool. And listen, I don't want to get hurt on my job. I don't want people to get hurt on their job. And that is still including the NFL. And that's just Greg G, the working man. Greg G, the working man, does not want people to get hurt on the job. And I pray for people to make it back home safely in my job every morning. But when it comes to that football shit, dude, I throw that shit out the window and I forget. And I was like, good, I'm glad he's fucking gone. Fuck their defensive end. Fuck their linebacker. Fuck their safety. Fuck their defensive tackle. Obviously, because my offense needs to be doing some shit, so I'm hating on the defenses right now. Fuck their quarterback. Fuck the receiver. You know what I mean? But do I feel bad after a minute? Like maybe after the war is done or the battle? Or like, yeah, fuck. Hopefully I feel bad. Hopefully he gets well soon. But fuck that shit. In the moment, I'm like, good. Get him out the game. I'll hit up my dad or I'll text my dad sometimes. Dad, there's star players out. This could be the momentum shift we need. Again, just because I've seen it live playing football. God damn it, dude. We were losing. We were losing the game. I don't know who made the hit. Shout out to that fool who made the hit. I hope he doesn't have PTSD from that shit. I hope he's not a pussy. I hope he's like, damn, I remember I hit that motherfucker so hard. I got a paramedivac, fool. It was just, he got a he got a medevaced out. That's what it is. Not paramedivac, but he kind of pedivac. Pedovac. Oh my God, who let Epstein or Jared onto the fucking field? Who has a sandwich? Oh my God, who I don't know what to say for Epstein, but who but who, you know, but dude, we got so hyped after we got up from that knee. We're like, fuck yeah, boys, we can fucking do this. You know what I mean? We told these little, we were so fucking hot. We were like, let's burn this bitch down, dude. And but yeah, man, I mean, you know what? That's a fucking lie. They say that shit for the goddamn news media and everything. Oh man, it was a goddamn shame. Fuck you. If you ain't on my team, this is war. This is war. There are known knowns and there are known unknowns. And there are also unknown unknowns. And now the unknown unknown is that, yeah, we were glad and we were lucky that that motherfucker got injured and pulled a hamstring or he broke his neck or his leg, you know. We don't want, there are real true traumatic injuries, you know what I mean, that are horrible to see, you know. You know, but once we heard, oh, I mean, honestly, damn, no, as kids being young, because youth is ahead of us and shit, we gave two fucks about that kid. On the field, on the NFL league now, we're like, fuck, that does suck. You know, at the end, especially like there was that dude who broke his back, there was that one dude who broke his neck, and you insert that one dude, you know, Ryan Shazier, the guy who played for like the Bills or the, fuck, I forgot he did something, he fucked this shit up and he wasn't getting up. Like, that shit is scary, you know what I mean? And those you don't get too happy about, you know what I mean? That ain't nothing, you know what I mean? But in high school, though, when we were kids, young and dumb, we didn't give two fucks, you know? We might as well have fucked his mama that night, you know what I mean? Yeah, we broke you. Someone on our team punctured your kid's lung and broke his ribs, and he couldn't breathe. So what are we gonna fuck? Mrs. injured kid's mom, you know what I mean? In high school, you don't give a fuck. But as an adult, as you appreciate life, you start to care more, especially when it's in the NFL. But hey, it is what it is, right? Colton Miller, I hope you're all right, big dog. Our left tackle, I hope our anchor's all right. But damn, yeah. Football's amazing. Football's the best. Again, when I go up to the comedy club, it's like, dude, everyone's a fucking dork. Do I know what they know? Like, all my shit is predicated towards bros and men and women who fuck men. You know what I mean? I feel like there's neither of that. There's nobody fucking bitches, and if they are, they're fucking band geeks and dorks. And band geeks and dorks fuck, don't get me wrong, to the live and to the pre-recorded, band geeks fuck, but it's like band geek sex. So it's like, oh my God, I'm gonna fucking come. You know, I had to bust out a shitty, I'm gonna come quick joke. And you know what? I do come quick, but I come quick like a man, not like a dork. It's more like, bah. That's it, bitch. Enjoy it. You're lucky. You know what I mean? And then even then, sometimes it's like pounded down. Hella. Sometimes it takes too long. You know what I mean? But it's like, let me get these little dorks a little come quick joke. You know what I mean? Some people were nice. They were defending their husbands, you know, and that's fine. Good bitches, good women. But it's like, yo, if that's the most relatable shit, coming quick, being cheap and buying a knockoff dildo or flower thing from Temu, it's like, all right. Some of these people are stupid and they think that's just real. It ain't, but hey, fuck it, you know what I mean? But hey, that's the fun thing about being a comedian and joking. Like, you can make up a straight up lie, you can tell partial truths to make it to the lie or story tell. But no matter what, some people just don't know. You forget that some people are just idiots. Some people are straight up, and not idiots, I don't want to say that. They're not that. But they're straight up, I watch American Idol, I watch X Factor, I watch Fox News, MSNBC, and I like watching Fox News and shit. I like watching shit like that sometimes, but it's like basically regular people shit, like football, regular people shit. But it's also like being a comedian and a comedian mindset. It's not the same, but it might be. I don't know, dude. I'm still just a fucking idiot. But I don't know, man. You know what? Maybe it's just because I'm not that person who's out there sitting watching X Factor, who's not used to that boring shit. You know what I mean? Maybe it's just not my crowd out there. But I don't want to get too deep because it ain't that deep. You know what I mean? It ain't that fucking deep. Just be funny. Just be fucking funny. But maybe it's because I'm still new to the game. I'm trying to care. But again, though, I feel like I have to because it's still very clicky in that spot. Even my homie Aleko, he was like, yo, man, fuck these fools at this fucking comedy club we're going to this weekend. Mad Sweet Brew Hall. But it's like, and I was like, you know what, man? Maybe we're just different. Maybe you're funny, you kill it. I feel like I'm more off centered than you are, you know, because he's black. He's a chubbier black dude. Not that that's bad, but you know what though, it definitely helps in the comedy space, in the comedy world. You know what I mean? He could be the next uh, Patrice O'Neill. I just hope the homie doesn't die young. You know what I mean, or die middle age, or 40. You know, but he can get away with more. You know, it's like fuck. I have to figure out my niche, my tailor gang on this one. I have to tailor make it on that. But even then though, he felt like he was blackballed a little bit, and I was like, yeah, nah, you could have been, dog. I ain't gonna lie, you know what I mean? Even though you were black, these people might be so woke to be like, fuck that, just because he's black. Because there's another big black fool goes up, but he's cool. He actually dressed respectable one day. I was like, all right, this fool dressing like a respectable man right here. He wore a gray with a chain. He picked his fraud. I was like, hey, my G, you looking fucking swaggy right now. You know what I mean? I even dabbed him. I didn't dab him up, but I showed him some fucking respect. I was like, all right, cool. You know? I was dressed in my finest African garb for no fucking reason. I mean, it just is what it is. I just dress like a fucking black dude for some fucking reason. It's just great G. But, and the homie Aleko dresses like a black dude. We dress like dudes. Not even that. We dress like dudes with swag. You know what I mean? And I don't think they like that. We show up cocky and confident. And I'm like, but I'm cocky and confident. My, like fuckers just start talking. You know what I mean? To me, I feel like I'm like, so, what is so? If you know that reference. But yeah, nah, man. It's just a trip. But he did feel like he was being judged, and in other places he wasn't. And it's like, yo, man, you know, that's just the crowd we got to perform for. So if we can make it for there, we can make it anywhere. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, you see, young man, if we can make it here, we can make it anywhere. If we can perform for these dirty liberals with no shampoo in their hair, I guess we can make it for the Republicans with illegal blood in their veins. Man, I don't know what the fuck to say to that, but you know, well, man, we can make it anywhere. If we can perform for Rachel Maddow, we can win over the Charlie Cox. Man, you know what I mean? Like, yo, R.I.P. Charlie Kirk though. Yeah, if we can, by God, if we can get the lesbians on our side, the sky's the world, kid. Man, you know what I mean? Just talking like a whole 50s fucking character. Oh, I knocked over the live. Hold on 1 second. Let me get a little pause. Go a little too hard, man. See, man, with the live. Please like and subscribe, man. But yeah, that shit just has me dying. I'm like, oh my God, you guys. No, retouch. I want you guys to see my motherfucking. I want you guys to make sure you see me. The real me. The real G. Will the real Greg G please stand up? Jordan, my G, actually, I'm from the 209. I'm from the 209. That's Merced, California. So I'm from Merced, California. 209. If you're used to like, if you know like Stockton fighters and shit like that, it's in the very dead smack center of California. But I moved to Idaho, and I live in the Idaho region of like Boise and shit like that. You know, in little cluster towns and shit. Please like and subscribe, bro. I'm hella funny though. I wish you would have heard my shit about 50 Cent and his new dumbass show that sucked ass. Anyways, though. But yeah, damn, dude. It's very interesting performing for these people. Me and my boy are having a tough time. Not the best, not the worst, but still it's very interesting. Now we got to figure out if this Maria lady is real. She really knows SNL people. Scrippity, tappity, skiddity, boo. My boy is coming at me with a million billion degrees. He's like, yo, let's do this, let's do that. It's like, all right, cool. And he called me for real, all right. But it's like, I'm excited for it, but he's a young man with a lot of heart. I don't know. I need to find the point to break his heart. Not though, but figure it out because I want to do it too. But it's like, dog, I'm a man with the family, dog. Family first. You know what I mean? My dream and everything does come. He doesn't know I've already been out doing it as much, but it's like there's comes to a point where that silly shit does have to take a break for a second, even though it's my dream. Because prior to that, though, my first dream was to make sure my family's good, you know. And now me blowing up on a podcast and maybe stand-up comedy. If you guys please like and subscribe, that helps me get closer, you know. And you guys as well on the heavily recorded and edited, but still. Anyways, um, the drops you guys will get that if you listen to the edited one. But my job is family first, you know, whether it's working and dying as a hardworking man like the men before me and generations. But if I can be the man that really sticks to it and works hard like how he does at his job to a dream, you know, but it's my way, then I'll make it, you know. It's a dream that I know I'm passionate with and anything like that, you know. I preach you guys to go chase your dream. That's why I like to support the homie in his dream and go out and bring him out with stand up. And if I can go to his shows, if I can, or we're going to be together most of the time. But it's like I can't do it all the time because I can't lose the main aspect of life. And that's being a father to my children and being gone for them for so long while I'm working that I have to and I want to make time for them. You know what I mean? I'm not Bert Kreischer, dude. I don't want it that bad to where I'm willing to forego missing my children's footsteps and growing up and being who they are, you know, and being a part of that and shaping that, you know, being there for my son. Like, you know what, man, I get it. I can go do stand-up comedy, but my son's been wanting to play ball. We're gonna play ball all the way through midnight. You know, if my kid falls asleep, then he falls asleep, then I can go. But if not, then if not. You know what I mean? Shit, it is what it is. You know. My son was crying for his dad earlier today. I'm at work. I gotta work, son. I'm so sorry. You know, and there's times where I wait. You know, I wait. Like, yo, I'm gonna show up a little late. You know, try to be the bandit, the bluey dad that I can be, best I can be. But I ain't that. You know what I mean? And but a dream deferred though is something that I can't live with. So I still have to chase my dream. But I have to know, and you have to know what your priorities and your goals are first. Especially now that I'm a young man, but I'm still an older man at 30. You know what I mean? For me, at 24 to 30, to whole different swings in life of who I've been with, especially, or who I've been through as myself, especially from also 15 to 24. You know, the whole crazy whirlwind of persons. Yo, what's up, Ben? Ben. Sorry, dude. Some guy on the live was like, "Yo, it's Ben. Please say my name." If it's Ben, the Ben that I know, the Ben, like my Ben. That's what's up, dude. Anyway, so I was chopping it up with Ben one day, and Ben was like, "I got bitches," and I was like, "Yeah," and he's like, "I'm just kidding." But I guess he might have bitches. Shout out to Ben. Ben. Please like and subscribe. Ben. Anyways, I'm gonna take a quick Ben. I guess I might as well Dom Soy. Pour me up another one for Ben. Ben. This one's for you, Ben. Again, Ben asked me to say his name, so I'm saying his name. Yeah, we'll make this one a double. A double. Save the rest for the weekend. Maybe I might have one more double. What am I saying? You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck. It's the live. It's the pre-recorded. It's the Greg G Chronicles, baby. You never know. I might say, you know what? I wasn't planning to get faded on this one, but I'm fucked up. I might get a let off the schmuckaturka. You know what I mean? I might end up drinking this whole bottle. Let's see where it's at. Oh my God. You know what? On football weekend, I was like, I'm gonna just drink a little bang. It went halfway. I was like, I'm just gonna drink a right bang. It's like, huh. I even measured it out because I got a Smalley bottle, so I poured half of it in. That Smalley bottle was practically almost gone, you guys. I was like, oh my lordies. The Greg G Chronicles strikes again, or the old Greg G Alcohol Meister for the weekends, you know. But it's been a minute since I've done this during the week, you know. But I'm this one keeping it cool, because I got shit to do, you know. It's fine to have a few drinks. It's fine to get drunk during the week, but don't get too fucked up to where it fucks up your job, you know. Even then, some people might see this on my job and might judge, but fuck it, I work hard, you know. Whether I get passed up or not, passed up or put up on game, it is what it is, you know. I got dreams, but still also got to worry about what's in front of me in case dreams don't pan out. You know what I mean? Got to be realistic. Realistic to the fact that I can get famous and rich or rich and famous. Nigga, I'd rather be rich than famous. We're rich than famous. Young nigga, I'd rather be richer than taking these cameras and flaunting these pictures. If you know Migos, then you get the joke or you get the reference. But at the end of the day, like I've said before, there is no shame in just being a hardworking man and growing up and doing shit that you do want to do, but it's backbreaking, or doing shit you don't want to fucking do, but you get up every fucking day to provide for your family because what you want to do is provide and make sure that they're cool. You know what I mean? And that's just a part of being a man. It just is what it is, you know. Men have dreams, and sometimes men don't chase their dreams, and god damn it, that turns them into cold, bitter motherfuckers. Sometimes no one has a dream, and they just want to work and live life and do what they do and have drinks and get back to their family and do what it is. You know what I mean? And ain't no shame in that as long as you happy, baby. Men are interesting and people are interesting. You know what I mean? Lesbians annoy me from time to time. You know what I mean? They think they want to be men, but they're just not men. You know what I mean? They lick pussy like men. And shout out to the one chick who was a lesbian though. Though I fuck with her though. She probably liked and subscribed. I ain't trying to hate on her too much because she did say that when she gets off of work, she would eat her wife's pussy, even if it has some stank on it. You know what I mean? The stank of the day, little piss, little sweat, little bit of, ooh, girl, you fucking you taste like the chicharrones you've been making. You know, you taste like that fucking goddamn, as they call that ground beef white taco you've been making. I'm like, let me get in that ground beef taco myself with them seasonings, that McCormick. Let me taste that McCormick seasonings, baby. You know? Twist on them nipples. But I was like, all right, you know. But it ain't like how a guy does it versus a girl. I don't know. Maybe it might, but it's just, I don't know. You know, I don't know. I'm not a woman, so I don't know, but I know I got. Anyways. Whew, man, maybe that little drink did give me a little loosey-goosey, gentlemen, and one lady who watches it, but she ain't gonna get to this part anyways. Um, but yeah, I was talking about sports and football and shit, but then I got distracted. But my team sucks. Shout out to the undefeated teams. I forget which ones are undefeated. It ain't my team, so fuck you guys. Shout out to his Ben. He ain't been back on the chat since. But yeah, you guys, it's been fun. It's been chill. Life is dope. I'm not done yet, I think. I don't know, maybe about 5, 10 more minutes. But keep it on sports, and I guess I don't remember the undefeated teams, but my boy Gervonta Tank Davis is going to be fighting Logan Paul. Now, not Logan Paul, Jake Paul. Now, I'm not a fan of Logan Paul. No, I like Logan Paul. I like Logan Paul. Logan Paul's a good wrestler. He actually put in the work. He's actually a really good wrestler. So I'm a fan of him being the work that he's done. Never been a fan of him before, but in the ring as a wrestler, god damn it, the boy's smooth. I can't hate. The motherfucker's smooth. He's smooth. You know. But Jake Paul can suck a dick. I hold Gervonta Tank Davis. I hold my little sugar tank having ass Frieza, black ass Baltimore ass motherfucker. Beats the shit out of Jake Paul. And now I feel like even though Bud Crawford stepped up and waited to beat the shit out of my boy Canelo, I hope that gives my boy Gervonta Tank Davis a little bit of hype, a little bit of fire inside, you know. And the burning heart just about to burst. There's a quest for answers and unshakable dawn. And the darkest night rising like a spider. In the burning heart, just mistaken. I don't know the full version of it, the full words, but if you know Rocky, You know what I'm talking about. That's some fucking Burning Heart. That could be, that's some Rocky 4 shit when Drago kills Apollo. Ding, ding. But, uh, but yeah, dude, I hope Devontae Tank Davis beats the shit out of this fool. I'll be like sidesteps. But he ain't that kind of a fighter, but still, I hope he just does a little bit of something. But compared to Jake Paul, I think Gervonta Tank Davis has a way crazier gas tank because Gervonta Tank Davis is a lighter fighter. Jake Paul's a heavier fighter, still doesn't have a good gas tank even then. I mean, a good gas tank decently for his size, but not for like a little skinny guy. But who knows though? Who knows? But I'm hoping Gervonta Tank Davis really is like Frieza fighting Nappa and really just beats the shit out of Nappa, you know, just like, huh, you think you were gonna defeat me? What about when I reach the 6th round and I reach my full form? 90%, 99, you know, and then he just goes full fucking, you know, he might even hit Golden Frieza on, fuck that bullshit 99, he might hit Golden Frieza and then the satanic music is gonna spin, and it's gonna get 3D and real spinny and real seizure-like in this bitch. Motherfuckers might be having seizures with how fucking good this fool's moving and shit, like, you know, but yeah, for Gervonta Tank Davis, I'm gonna do a Dom Soy. I'll do a Dom Soy, pretty much almost a double for Dom Soy, for Gervonta Tank Davis, yo. To Gervonta Tank Davis. Dom Soy. Now then, that being said though, do one more. I'm calling it done. Calling it quitty spitty schmitties. To everyone having fun out there, living life, drinking and driving, doing cocaine, you know. Just have fun, be safe, make it back home to your loved ones. What else am I gonna say to that other than that? Eat your vitamins, say your prayers. I'd pray every day for not the embetterment of mankind, but just for the people that I know. You know, shout out Joey Diaz again. Keep what's in front of you. What's in front of you. That's what a stoic man does. You know, I think about all this other bullshit that's going on in life. Oh my God, the Israeli Jews is taking over. The motherfucking Zohans is trying to get Floridians to shut the fuck up on Israel and other shit like that. But man, I don't want my free speech to be infringed on, so fuck that shit first off. But also, because sometimes it's like, what the fuck does that got to do with me on some Joey Diaz shit? But it does when it comes about my speech, but it ain't, because it ain't my state. But first off, that shit should be illegal. First off, you should say whatever the fuck you want to say about any country, any state, even ours to another. Fuck that shit. Fuck everybody. Fuck Hamas. Fuck Israel. Fuck Hamas. Fuck all them motherfuckers. Honestly, I could give two fucks. Honestly, if you really ask me, I thought they both need a regime change. Wipe them both out and then put in a fucking goddamn Burger King and a McDonald's and shut the fuck up, you know? But even then, that's fucked up, you know what I mean? But, yeah, sometimes it's just like, what's the point? Who cares? It doesn't affect my state until it affects my state. Then I'll fucking be like, yo, knock it off. Knock it off. But if you didn't see the camera, I was poking bullshit in the eyes. But then again, it's like, man, again, why can't I just be an American Idol loving, X Factor watching, Case Race, 50 Cent, 50 Ways to Die loving motherfucker, you know what I mean? But hey, maybe one day. But to that though, you know, hold on though, Bibi Netanyahu hold on. Bibi Netanyahu, despite what you want to say, landed a clean joke. That shit was hella clean. I don't give a fuck. That shit was comedy. Bibi Netanyahu, the leader of Israel, lit it up to me. That shit was hella funny. Did go to the UN. Shout out USA. That fool did come to the UN and he was like, you know, about the pagers. We did page them, and believe me, they got the message. I was like, dude, I was laughing like Dr. Evil. Boah, boah. That shit was so funny because they did the exploding pagers, bro, and I thought that shit was genius because honestly, I was riding with Israel. I still ride with Israel on the way, but it's like, if they killed Charlie Kirk, then that's fucked up. But then, everything's doing this, everything's doing that. My boy did get me on some 007 shit. Like, but they might think it's a fucking thing in his microphone that black out of. And there's another nigga with the fucking camera gun, and he cocked his arm, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, all right, let me see the videos real quick, because I got skeptical. But then I was like, that nigga did cock his arm back, and they fucking black. Right as Charlie got hit, black. That fool had a recoil, and then back. But on some other shit though, I was like, God damn it, you can always give me with some 007 secret weapon shit. I was like, God damn it, these niggas did use some 007 shit, because that shit could happen. Microphone bullet, blah. Camera gun, blah. I was like, Israeli operative. I say, we hooked you up with the latest equipment. You give the man a microphone gun. It's a camera gun. If that doesn't miss, you got the X amount XLR with 45 pixels. Not only makes good shots, but takes a good shot itself. And I was like, God damn it, dude, that shit is for real, because secret weapons and guns are for real. So I was like, fuck, bro, and it was fucked up. It was fucked up, dude. That shit's fucked up. R.I.P. Charlie Kirk, dude. He didn't have to die, but yeah, definitely. It is wavering, it is sliding to support Israel. I was like, God damn it, nigga, if y'all are linked to this shit and it is for real, I was like, oof. But still, though, I gotta find the funny, because I'm a fucked up person in life from whatever trauma. Oh my God. To find the funny, and it's some 007 secret weapon shit, you know what I mean? I say, it's all kosher. We blessed it. The rabbi came, he snipped the speckle, he fucking kissed the tip, and then we cooked the weapons, and we made the weapons, and about the boops. He wore the black, he didn't wear the black. There's a guy in the camera, he wears the white. Then there's a guy who wears the gray. We covered all the angles and all the colors. Shabbat shalom. I was like, God damn, these niggas is crazy. But that's where my mind goes to with a lot of news shit. It's horrible. It's awful. No one wants to die. No man should be taken from his children or his wife. Especially that shit, especially them saying that the wife could have been honeypotted because she's related to Israel and all that shit. But, whatever. I'm just a man, a humble man worshiping the Lord. You know what I mean? But I'm also a fucked up person in life from my experiences and shit. So I still make jokes just to cope with it all. You know what I mean? But I just thought that shit was funny. So I think about talking about that on stage at the Comedy Hut. At the little chuckle schmuckle, you know what I mean? But hey, it is what it is, though. R.I.P. Charlie Kirk, though. Still, I can't say that, it's equal sided to be if fucking dumbass Rachel Maddow got shot. And I fucking hate Rachel Maddow. I hate that bitch so much. She's snarky, stupid. I don't fuck with her at all. But I don't want her to get killed. I think I'm smart. Shut the fuck up, Rachel. Shut the fuck up. The other lesbian bitches, the mean one and the fat one that Trump makes fun of, but it's like, I don't want no one to die, though. That's fucked up. Anyways, though, not drunk, just needing to talk about shit, so that's what I'm talking about, just getting it out, what I'm talking about. Been thinking about that shit too earlier, so might as well, but still, though, so on stage, I'm going to talk about 50 Cent's new show, 50 Ways to Die, which does not mention not an iota of one, getting a net, two, a stick in a box and a string, or 50 Cent even going to the fucking forensics, the investigators, or going to the scene of the crime to figure out the murder. No, he's not like Shaq. He didn't get his goddamn COP license to be a cop. Oh, I'm a cop. I take all the close slam dunk cases. Don't ask me to take the mid-range jumper. Shaq Cop Diesel don't do that. But 50 Cent didn't get nobody, no Lloyd Banks, no nothing. Don't forget his family first, and then dreams come, but dreams will come because you're doing it for your family. Also, the media and everything and all that news shit is crazy and hectic, but don't forget to handle what's in front of you first until it hits your door, then deal with it. But again, killing motherfuckers for some shit unless they're like a crazy government that makes sense. That's the government. Governments are evil and shit, whether whatever, right? But individual people, come on now. Let's be cool. We can come together, you know what I mean? I hate that sometimes I like and enjoy crazy liberals more than they enjoy me. And I used to be on the progressive side, at least not crazy liberal, but it's like, yo, how come I love you more than you love me? You know what I mean? You know, but hey, it is what it is. Still love, still live. Remember, don't forget, but also let's not forget to maybe even let bygones be bygones. I don't know. It's some weird catch 22 shit. Life is full of hypocrisies and catch 22s, dude, which is the beauty of it. It's crazy, you know what I mean? But to that, I will say, to the pre recorded, to the heavily edited, non edited live. Dom Soy! Peace. What up? Now I'm editing my podcast right now, you guys. Honestly, the magic is happening. I'm not gonna be drinking anymore, but please like, please subscribe. Please like, please subscribe, yo. My thing, getting ready for stand up, like I said, for the live. Now I'm just editing. I was talking about 50 Cent's new show. If you didn't know, please let me know. Honestly, oh man, damn. All right, fine, fine. People is gone. People is dying. People is trying. Some motherfuckers is not lying. Bitch. Y'all know who it be, bitch. It's the G. Been selling cocaine to yours and your family. Doing that thing like damn is that Stanley. Nah, but me, I'm a fucking marvel. Selling that shit. Oh my god, the marble. Nah, it's a rock, the boulder, the colder. Getting you numb, making you go down. Peeking in like you Dr. Evil. Making you dig like you's Knievel. Dead as fuck, cause you get so hyphy, crazy, and it gets you so lively. Oh, we look at the shit. Oh my god, it's shining like fish. Oh shit, no fentanyl. It will make you go dumb like Kylo. No, oh my god, make you fall. Gorbachev, yo, bring down the wall. I don't know what about, yeah. Oh my god, 2 viewers. You guys caught me on the most boring part of the show. Please stick around. Honestly, tell me, are you new? Have you seen me yet? Are you coming back? Nope. All right, already. I appreciate you even still sticking around 30 seconds. How dare you guys still waste 3.5 seconds of your life? But 50 Cent has a new show. There ain't nothing.